Throughout the years, there have been many cheaters in Fortnite, from feeding your friends eliminations in a $30 million tournament to full-on aimbotting. And now more than ever, it seems like Fortnite is riddled with them. But today, I'm going to be going over some of the biggest cheaters in Fortnite history, and make sure you stick around for the whole video because some of these will shock you. For our first cheater on the list, we're going to be starting with somebody who actually won an FNCS, and that would be Kez. Some of you may recognize his name, while others might not. All the way back in Chapter 2 Season 1, the second FNCS ever, the game mode was Squads. And the winners in NA East were Unknown Army, Stable Ronaldo, Avery, and Kez. Now, at the time of him winning FNCS, it is most likely that he wasn't cheating, but everything would change just 1 year later. You'd think after winning an FNCS that a player's career would start to flourish, but this was actually the complete opposite for him. Just a few weeks after winning FNCS, the Winter Royale was announced and he would make almost $3 grand from it. But this would be the last time he would ever earn in a tournament. Kez would go on to play for a year but saw zero success and literally didn't make a single dime off the game. So when Frosty Frenzy came around, it was finally a moment where he could possibly earn again. And going into the tourney, they were doing pretty well, earning in every session. And in the very last session, this moment was caught on stream by one of his trio members, Nanolight.
Dragon shotgun.
What? Why did you just leave?
What?
You just
Kez was
banned.
struck by the... What? No way. Wait. Sis?
So yeah, he ended up getting banned right in the middle of the game, leaving his trio dumbfounded. And when this happened, Twitter was going absolutely crazy, and it really sucks for Sizlucky and Nanolight because they ended up playing for 13 hours, making $2 grand, but ended up losing out on all the money because their teammate was cheating. And you might be curious on what cheats he had. Well, there's some proof of him buying soft aim just a few weeks before the tournament, and it seems like the conclusion on why he cheated was purely just because he wasn't performing very well and not placing for over a year, and he was just sick of it and decided to start cheating. And it doesn't seem like he really cares because right after being banned, a DM leaked of him saying, "It doesn't matter because I got the bag." And I guess he's not really wrong since he earned over 60 grand, but I guess the real question is, how long do you guys think he was actually cheating for? Okay, so for the next one, let's bring it a step down from full-on hacking to some light collusion. So in this one here, we got 4 players involved, and that would be the pro players Bucky, Creo, Slacks, and Keys. Now this happened all the way back in the very first FNCS in Chapter 2 Season 2 in the Slurpy Swamps area. For those who don't watch competitive Fortnite, I'll quickly explain what Storm Surge is because that plays a very big role in this. So when there's a certain amount of players alive in a zone, a number will pop up showing how much damage you've done and if you're above or below the threshold. And if you are below, you will start taking damage and eventually die. And well, if you remember Slurpy, there's a bunch of slurp barrels and slurp trucks around in case you take any damage. And well, Bizzle ended up putting together this very interesting video here. In the video, it shows that a bunch of games during FNCS, Bucky and Creo would trade shots with Keys and Slacks in order to get their Storm Surge damage up. And well, Epic actually ended up taking action and banned all the players involved for 2 whole months. Which is way too harsh considering what some of the other players did in this video. And because they got banned, that meant they would miss out on that entire FNCS. Now this whole situation is a very tricky one because nobody can really say for certain if they went out of their way to DM each other, saying exactly when to trade damage with each other or not. But it could have also just been a habit that they built up before playing FNCS during scrims since they probably know each other's loot route. And this also doesn't mention the countless amount of other times players have done something like this and nothing happened. Even with these players all being banned though, they've had very successful careers. With Bucky now streaming a lot and is still placing very well, Slacks going on to win an FNCS, Creo also placing well during some of the FNCSs and World Cup, and Keys also placing well back then. Looking back on the situation, do you think they were rightfully banned and was 2 months way too long or not? Now when talking about people that have cheated in Fortnite, one of the first people that may come to mind would be Jarvis. Now Jarvis has been doing YouTube for a very long time and his brother K was the one who really introduced him to it, pretty much right after he joined FaZe and started uploading himself. and pretty much right away after starting his own channel, he would start to get into Fortnite. And he was pretty good at the time. Even though he mainly focused on content and would post videos mainly for a younger audience, the World Cup was announced and everybody was talking about it. So he decided to play. And he was really good. And in the 7th week of solos, he almost qualified but finished 5th place on West, where only 2 players made it. And in the 9th and last week, he would be just 1 decent game away from making it, but after sitting in a queue for over 8 minutes, he never found the game and missed out on the qual. Even though that was sad, his YouTube was doing better than ever and pulling millions of views. And not only was YouTube going well, he also did very good in lots of the tournaments going on. And he would actually almost qualify for the first ever FNCS, but only ended up placing 16th in the heats. However, little did he know this would be his last tournament in Fortnite forever. After earning over 8 grand in Fortnite and his YouTube doing very well, he made the dumbest decision in his life. For some reason, as a stupid little YouTube video, he decided to hop on an ult account and buy full-on aimbot. The video now is quite iconic, and he even said multiple times to not cheat cause you will be banned. But little did he know that Epic would use him as an example and permanently ban him on every account he made. And because of this, he would make another iconic apology video, but in the end he did not get any grace from Epic. And now that he couldn't play Fortnite anymore, it was looking bad for his career since that was pretty much all he did on YouTube, so he needed to change up the content. And well, him and his brother K would go on to make very clickbaity YouTube videos, again trying to push more out into a younger audience. Also, not to mention that they would clickbait the fact that Jarvis was banned and he was playing Fortnite a bunch of times. But something people might not have saw coming was that he actually got into YouTube boxing. And nowadays, Jarvis has over 5 million subs and is mainly focusing on boxing. It would be very interesting to compare where he's at now to if he never got banned, but I guess we'll never know. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to leave a like and subscribe because it really helps me out. For this next one, let's go all the way back again to the World Cup days with one of the most hated players in gaming history, who was actually able to play in front of millions of people for $30 million. And that would be Ziff and Ronaldo. If you're an OG, you know who they are and that nobody liked them. We'll start off with Ziff, and like many other up-and-coming pro players, the World Cup qualifiers was the perfect chance for them to prove that they had what it took, and everybody was scrambling to qualify. And like I'm sure many other players did, Ziff resulted to cheating. He didn't have soft aim, wall hacks, or aimbot, he had a couple of friends. You see, back in the day, the points you gained during tournaments were really bad. Literally winning a game in the World Cup qualifiers only got you 10 points. But every elimination you got was worth 1. So every time you got one, it pushed you closer and closer to that qualification. And well, I'll just let Cypher here explain what went down.
So, Bad and Uji is landing here, right? You know, I don't understand this one right here. So he lands, he obviously sees the purple pump. You know, there's a chest there. You hear the chest, right? You don't hear the chest? I hear it. So this guy, like, runs past the purple pump, pickaxes the chest for some reason. Finally picks up the purple pump. He's dead. Now this Jesty guy lands out of nowhere. Doesn't grab the match. Doesn't go for the purple pump. Doesn't go for anything. Running into a wall. And then he shows us his best impression of your grandpa playing Fortnite. And starts, you know, shooting. For some reason, just shooting the brick wall. Never shooting over the brick wall. It's... Okay. Rise Ziff is actually teammates with the first guy. Like, they've played together duos in previous competitions. This Jesty guy, right? I don't know who he is exactly, but some people did some research. And this Jesty guy played 10 games, right? 8 of his games somewhere in paradise. He landed somewhere over here. So he landed in the same spot. 8 of his games, he landed in the same spot.
So yeah, it was pretty obvious that he was cheating and he just got some of his friends to land on him and give him free kills. And the Fortnite community would get extremely upset about this because he would actually manage to qual by placing 2nd place. And because of this, that meant 8th place, which was Clicks, didn't qual. And if he never got fed those eliminations, Ziff wouldn't have called in the first place. But just after 6 days, Epic Games had officially came out and stated that Ziff was disqualified and gave him a 14-day competitive ban. And not only did Ziff get banned for getting fed kills, his duo Ronaldo actually did the exact same thing and also got banned for 14 days because of it.
Runs in. This is Rise Ronaldo, right? This is Rise Ronaldo, Ziff's teammate. Runs in, starts teabagging, gets shot by Ronaldo. Now Ronaldo has heals and shields and materials from that. So this guy played 10 games. Jesty played 10 games, landed in Paradise 8 of those games. In 2 of those games where he didn't land Paradise, one of them he feeds Ronaldo.
And before you comment, Ronaldo is not stable Ronaldo. They are different people. But even though they had been banned, many people thought 14 days wasn't even close to enough. Because this only happened during week 3 of solos, this meant that they would only miss out on week 4 duos and week 5 solos, which meant they still had 5 different chances to make the World Cup. And in the 8th week of duos, the Fortnite community's worst nightmare came true. Ronaldo and Ziff ended up placing 3rd, qualifying themselves to the Duo World Cup, and to say they weren't happy would be an extreme understatement.
They made it all the way to the top?
There's 2 rips, fuck.
Yeah.
I'll drop my sniper for it. Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
You wanna take above that, you guys?
We can, you want?
I have to commentate Ziff in the World Cup.
But nevertheless, they were invited to play New York, and well, the crowd did not like them at all. Not only were they booed at by the crowd, they were also celebrated whenever they died. And in the end, they would place 28th in the finals, not doing too well, but that still made them 50 grand each. But you might be wondering, what happened to their career afterwards? Well, they would go on to play trio FNCS and squads together, but they only managed to make the heats and not grands. And going into Chapter 2 Season 2 FNCS, Ronaldo would quit the game. However, Ziff continued to play the game and made that season's grands for the first time, placing 22nd, but he would also quit the game right after. Ziff during this time was starting to really get into Valorant and was very good at the time, and he would actually go on to prove how good he was. He would go on to join the team the Pittsburgh Knights and would have some very good placements in tournaments. And later down the road, he would go on to join Disguised Toe's team, Disguised. However, he recently left the team in April of 2023 and has not said a word since. And even with switching games, people still bombarded him with comments because of what he did during the World Cup. And because of this, he stayed off social media for the most part. So now, what exactly happened to Ronaldo? Well, he actually went down pretty much the exact same path as Ziff. And he would actually end up joining the same roster as Ziff, playing for Knights. But Ronaldo would get dropped for the team right before they actually started doing well. And after he got dropped, he would go silent on all social media platforms, deleting his old YouTube videos, not streaming, and hasn't tweeted since October of 2022. So it seems like he's done with social media for good. But I guess the final question is, do you guys think that they deserved all the hate they got? Now there are many more cheaters that I can still cover, so if you guys want to see a part 2, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys all for watching this video, it means a lot to me. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out.